What's going on, guys, and welcome to it. Oh, what? Are you serious? Guys, that's crazy. I was just getting into my intro and Scoob hooked up with one already. It's not huge or anything, but it's to be expected from San Isabel, but heck yeah. Scoob is already on one here. That is awesome, awesome. All right. Well, that was a good start to the intro. Anyway, guys, as I was saying, Scoob and I are up here at Lake Isabel, up at San Isabel State Park, or National Forest, my bad. And I'm up here gonna try to do a mystery tackle box slam with a mystery tackle box ice kit. And this is actually loaded. I already looked through the kit. I'm gonna go over it with you guys in a second, but this kit is absolutely loaded. I mean, for a regular box especially, it's not even a pro or anything. The baits in it are awesome, and Scoob says he's already on a second fish, so it looks like it's probably going to be a decent day today. He says it's even bigger too. Oh my gosh, look at this. This man's an animal. That is great. Looks like it's going to be a decent day, guys. Yes. Let's go. All right, guys, here is the mystery tackle box ice kit we're working with today. Gonna try to do the slam on it, and like I said, already went through it and I am just stoked for the baits in here. There's some awesome baits in here. I've got the Euro Tackle micro finesse leeches. These are 0.75 inch little pink baits. They're 10 packs and they're S pheromone scented. These look super decent. This one, this Lucky John Baltic, it's called. They come in different sizes, but this one's super tiny. It's a 0.8 inch and 0.1 ounce. These things are awesome looking. I was watching some videos and doing a little research online, and what a dope bait. The action in the water is amazing looking, so I'm really stoked for this. This is probably the bait I have the least confidence in the box, just because it's so big. It's actually an 1/8 ounce spoon, which is pretty hefty for ice, but this is pretty neat. I was doing a little bit of looking up online on this too, and it's got a water activated light in it, so it actually lights up, which will be pretty interesting. I'm sure if I could find a bigger stock trout, I could probably get on it with this. So that'll probably come into play at some point. Well, it's a slam, so it should definitely come into play as long as I get on fish with everything else. But I've got these P3 plastics. These are also scent infused. They're like a nice, I'm not sure what I would call that color. Let's see if it says a color name on there. I don't really see a color name, but I think this is called a splig based on the back of the package. And these look pretty decent too. I definitely like the look of them. The color's super nice. Both the soft plastics I got are great colors for the lake we're at. So pink and like a natural whitish clear color are both really awesome colors for here. It sounds like Scoob's getting into them over there, so that's awesome. And I want to say, let's see, I think this is the last thing in here. Yeah, it is, other than the booklet and the sticker. But I've got these Widowmaker lures, tungsten, size 12, little gold jigs. And these look really awesome too. I was watching videos on these as well, and these look great. So, I mean, literally, I am happy with every single item in this box. This is actually my favorite MTB box I've got yet. I like them all. I just wasn't impressed on the same level as this one. This ice kit surprised me. I wasn't sure how I would feel about the ice kit. I was skeptical ordering it, and I am surprised and definitely stoked for all the baits in here. So, don't got too much more to say about it. I'm gonna get in the tent and hopefully catch some fish of my own. Okay guys, I put one of those Euro Tackle pink leeches on. I've got it on that Widowmaker jig, and I'm gonna drop these guys down the hole and see what can happen. First I actually need to clear my hole out because she's a little slushy.
Makes it a lot easier on your back. But...
Oh yeah, no doubt. Alright, got my hole cleared out, now I'm ready to get in there. Someone's marking up near about 6 feet right now. So I'm gonna try getting up there.
That one?
Yep, yes sir.
Nice one.
Shoo, came out flopping. I wasn't sure if I had it or not. I'm gonna need to invest in a lighter rod soon because this one's a little heavy. But yes sir, that's awesome. Got it done with no worms either. I've got red worms and wax worms, but I want to try using these baits bare without the worms and see how they work. So got 2 knocked out. Got the Widowmaker and the leech by Euro Tackle. But pretty little fish. Can't really tell too well right now because the lighting's a little funky, but let's get it back in the hole. Oh, so awesome. Alright, so Scoob's at 7 or 8 and I'm at 1, so we're almost at 10 total for the day already. We've been in the water for maybe a half hour, so things are going well. Alright guys, I'm dropping the Widowmaker and the leech back down just because there's crazy marks on the screen right now. So I'm not switching baits. I'm gonna wait a sec and see if I could get on one of these fish first. Where's my bait?
You're right on it.
Okay. Alright guys, the fish I had marked lost interest, so I'm going to switch baits now. Okay guys, the radar's marked up. I've got this, I think it's called a splig. I put it on this little chartreuse and blue jig, just a little tungsten jig. The Widowmaker will probably come back into play later, but I wanted to try out a different jig with this little plastic. I thought it would work out with this color profile. So I'm going to get in there and hopefully get a bite on this one. Hopefully they like the scent on this as much as they liked it on the Euro leech there. There it is. There it is. Alright. Decent one, it feels like.
Hell yeah. It's better than what we've been.
Yeah, not too bad. Alright, guys. Fish number 2. 3rd bait knocked out already. Haven't even been here that long. This fish is slick. Oh, my Lanta. The screen's all marked up again, so I'm just going to drop this back in there. I'll switch baits in a sec, but things are going decent. Hopefully it doesn't take me all day to get on another bite, or get on other bites with the other baits. Nice. Scoob just got a pretty decent one. Okay guys, I'm gonna switch baits since I didn't get a hit there anyway. Alright, I am pretty excited for this bait, guys. The old Lucky John Baltic. This thing looks awesome, so I'm gonna drop this in. I think I might tip this guy with a little wax worm, because these are basically made for tipping. But yeah, I'm gonna get this on and drop it in. Okay, I've got my tail hook tipped with a wax worm now. I think the tail hook will probably affect the action the least, so that's why I went with that one. Gonna drop this back in there now, and hopefully we get another quick hookup. Yeah, I thought that was you coming for it, man.
Wow.
There it is.
Got him.
Yep. Decent one. Maybe.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Decent one. Alright. Nice. Alright guys, we're gonna hang on to this one and do another catch and cook. Decent fish. Got it on the Baltic. I knew I was gonna do decent with this lure, so that was awesome. But anyway, gonna dispatch this guy and we'll fillet him up later and munch him. Alright guys, knocked them all out except this one last bait, and we're probably, what, an hour and a half into the day, Scoob?
Yeah.
About an hour and a half into the day, we already are almost done with the slam. So I've got this lighted firefly. This little thing in the center of it is going to light up when it hits the water. At least it's supposed to. Hopefully I would imagine it works. But anyway, it's an 1/8 ounce spoon. So like I said earlier, a little bit meaty for stalker trout and the ice. But I'm gonna tip it with probably a wax worm, and we'll see if I could get a hit. Scoob just caught a pretty decent one, and it swallowed it, so I think we're gonna hang on to that one and use it for the old catch and cook. Yeah, it's a pretty good one. Works out that it swallowed it. Definitely isn't one of the smaller ones of the day. Alright guys, last bait on the list. I've got this lighted firefly spoon. Big old goober of a spoon. This is definitely made to target walleye, but I'm gonna use it and hopefully get a little stock trout with it. I've got this wax worm tipped on it, and I'm gonna drop it in. Alright guys, I finally got a hook up on the spoon. This thing is such a big spoon. I knew it was going to take a minute. That was a struggle. That was probably more than a half hour trying to get one on it. But finally got it done. I wasn't even paying attention. I was talking shit with Scoob, and we got one. Awesome, awesome. Alright guys, pretty little fish. Not quite big enough for a catch and cook though, so we'll get it back in the water. Alright guys, that completes my slam. So, I don't know why my light's not turning back off on this thing. Uh-oh. Hopefully it just takes a minute, maybe when it's not wet anymore, I don't know. But anyway, now you can see what the light looks like, big red light. This is definitely a bait that's made for walleye, so a little bit big for the stock trout. I wasn't surprised it took me a little while to get a bite on this one, but finally got it done, finished that slam, so definitely stoked about that. This is actually my favorite mystery tackle box I've got yet. I wasn't sure about it because I think I said this in the intro. I just wasn't sure what to expect from an ice fishing one, and my expectations are beyond exceeded. That was just awesome so far. So I'll probably actually keep using some of the baits from this box because I actually really like a couple of them. Just not this one. This one will come into play for walleye and other species in the future, but for stock trout, I'd go with something a little smaller. But anyway, I'm going to shut up now, tie something else on, and get back in the ice. Alright guys, I threw the Baltic back on. I want to see if I could catch some more fish with this. It's just a really neat bait, and I like it a lot. I think it's cool, and I know the action on it is really nice in the water. So anyway, got this on. I'm actually going to try a redworm chunk now for a tip, and see if they're interested in the reds today. Last time we were here, they were smoking redworms, so you never know. Well guys, it's been a little while with the Baltic and I haven't got a bite, so I actually am going to switch baits again. I think I'm going to put one of those Widowmaker jigs on, and I might just tip it with like a wax worm or a regular worm and see how that goes. Actually guys, instead of putting a worm or wax worm tip on, I decided to put the Widowmaker jig back on, but I've got it tipped with the pink leech again. I'm going to try this out and see if I could get some interest in the leech.
They're everywhere by me.
I got a pretty quick bite on it earlier, so you never know. Ooh, here comes something. Looks interested.
Get him?
On it.
Nice.
Yep. Kind of decent feeling. Actually pretty, not bad at all feeling.
Nice one.
Not huge or anything, but not bad. Should we hang on to it or toss this guy?
Yeah, hang on now.
Hang on to this one? Yeah. Got another fish. We're going to hang on to this one. I like these little leeches. Switch to this and smoking them. Well, this is the first one I actually pulled in, but I got several bites before I got this one in the last couple minutes. So, alright. Gonna toss this one off. Well, I'm gonna dispatch this one and toss it off to the side. We'll fillet it up later on. Ooh, you got something coming straight for you, bud.
Stop.
Oh.
Did you get him?
Yeah, got him.
Oh,
another decent. Nice, yeah, seems like I'm not getting on the numbers you are, but my average size is not too bad for this lake. Another decent trout, guys. Chew. Floppy boy. Decent little trout, not too bad. Pretty fish. Nice colors on it and everything. Alright, let's get it back in the water. Awesome. Let's go, dude. Alright, I got the splig paired up with the Widowmaker. Gonna drop it in and see if they like it as much as the leech.
Got him, huh?
Had him. Oh, is he still on? Yep, still on. Just a small fish, maybe. That's funny. Cool. Yeah, little guy. Alright, guys, got another fish. The splig pulled through again. Decent little trout. Nice. Not big or anything. Pretty little fish, though. Let's get it back in the water. Okay, the splig pulled through for me, so I'm going to get it back down the hole and see if I can get on another one. Pretty impressed with these soft plastics they sent me. Definitely don't hate them. That's kind of working. I don't even know if it's as big of a fish as I thought it was. I think I'm just getting caught up on this thing.
No?
Yeah, it's another decent one actually for the lake. Alright guys, another decent one on the splig. Not too bad, let's get it back in the water. I'm hooked up again guys. The splig is doing decent work. Not too bad of a little soft plastic if you ask me. But really pretty little rainbow. Let's get this guy back in the water. Oh. Awesome. Alright guys, it has been like a couple seconds. I got on another one. Not too bad a one either. I'm getting quite a few relatively long ones. Alright. Another trout. One on top of the other there with the splig. Getting it back in the water now. Oh, he's slick.
Got him?
Got one.
Nice.
Decent, seems like. Pretty good fight.
Oh, yeah.
Not a bad one. A little shorter than a few of them there, but not too bad. Alright. Another little bow. Let's get it back in the water. Oh, yeah. Come on, one, guys. I couldn't tell if there was a fish there for sure or not. This is just barely fighting. This was just a little guy. It makes sense. Okay. Another little bow. Let's get it back in. Whew. Trying really hard to get out of my hands of those flipper boys. This Widowmaker ice jig has pretty much been the star of the show today. I'm pretty impressed with it, so I'm leaving it on for now, but instead of having a plastic, I decided to just tip it with a plain wax worm, and I'm going to drop it down in there and see if anything will eat with the wax worm on. I have a pretty good feeling about it, honestly. I think this little gold jig head does a pretty good job at attracting them, and I think I just need to have a presentable bait option on there for them to actually eat it, so high hopes. I think they'll be interested in those wax worms.
Got one?
On one. That was pretty quick. Alright. Ooh, decent one. Not bad. Alright guys. Pretty little cut bow. Gonna get it back in the water. That's what's up. Alright, that fish just went down the hole and Scoob just got on one. We basically doubled up. He got his as I was dropping mine back in the hole. Nice. Been a grind, but just pulled a dink out after all that, guys. That was a very slow spell, and this is the smallest trout of the day. One fin there. Poor dude. But alright, let's get this little guy back in the water. Alright. Looks like the bite's picking back up a little bit, guys. We were having a pretty slow spell for a while there, but we're getting back into him again, it looks like. Oh, man. Scoob got a nice one. Alright, bud. Awesome. Pull it up quick so I can see it. Pretty good one for Isabel. Nice, bud.
Oh, yeah.
We're doubled. Let's get it back in the water. Alright. That was pretty awesome. Scoob and I just doubled up. I'm gonna give the wax worms a rest for a sec. Now I've got a piece of red worm on this Widowmaker. Gonna drop it back in and see if we could get one on the red worm. Alright, this is a pretty quick hookup. Oh, no, I still got it. Cool. Red worm did good. That was probably one of my quickest hookups today. Alright. Not too shabby. Nice. Doubled up again? Nice. Blade is definitely back on. Alright, guys. Scoob and I just doubled up again. Cool. Good deal, bud. Nice. On one.
Nice.
Decent one. Real decent one. Wow. Not bad at all from the feel of it. Oh yeah, fat one. Not too long, but chunky.
Out before you can even do anything.
Oh yeah, for sure. Alright guys, check this fish out. I'm going to show you it in some light because it's actually a pretty fish. Lighting kind of sucks in the tent, but heck yeah. Got a dink on, guys. Feels dinky anyway, maybe not. I think it just didn't know it was hooked at first. Oh yeah, it just didn't know it was hooked at first. It's actually not a bad one. Cool. That's another one. Oh guys, about to drop this fish. Well, there it goes. I got it in the hole before I dropped it, luckily. But it was just wanting to get out of my hands bad. Man, I just got snapped by something, guys. That must have been a big fish for this lake. I don't know what it was, but something hit me. Had a good weight to it. I pulled back and my line snapped, so that was a bummer. Lost one of those Widowmakers. Since I snapped off that other Widowmaker, I've still got one more. It came in a 2-pack, but I decided to throw this Baltic back on. I just really like the look of this bait, even if I wasn't doing amazing with it earlier today. I mean, things could have changed. They might be more interested in it now later on in the day. Or even if they're not, I just like the look of it. I'm going to try it out again and see if I can maybe pull 1 or 2 more out with it. I've got the tail hook tipped with another wax worm, and I'm just going to get this down there and see what I could do. Alright guys, actually got a pretty quick hookup on the Baltic. Feels like a halfway decent one too. Oh yeah, not bad at all. One of the better ones of the day. Oh, it's got, nice. It's got, that might be my old line. I think I got the same, this might be what just snapped me. I think this is what just snapped me, guys. I'm pretty sure that's my old line. That is awesome. I guarantee this is my Widowmaker.
It's coming up, I can see it.
Yep.
12.
Got it. Heck yeah. Cool, guys. So I'm pretty sure this fish had ate my Widowmaker. I think this is what snapped me out. It is one of the bigger ones of the day, so decent fish, but got my Widowmaker back, so heck yeah. Alright, hooked up again on the Baltic. This one didn't spit me. Looks like maybe another decent one. Not too bad.
Nice.
Alright. Another decent trout. Let's get it back in the hole. Okay guys, I know I haven't said a whole lot today about doing a catch and cook, but Scoob and I talked about it and we decided to do a catch and cook. I already got the trout filleted up. Well, I guess I probably said one or two things about it earlier with a couple of the fish we caught. I probably said something about keeping them. But anyway, we did end up keeping a few trout. We're gonna cook these up. I already got them filleted. A couple of the fillets look terrible because I was working with the dullest fillet knife I've probably ever cut with. I mean, it's mine. I just haven't sharpened it in a while, so it was all real dull. Made it tough to do. But anyway, got these fillets done up. I am going to do my usual catch and cook deal here. Got these fillets done up. I'm gonna just do this pretty much. If you guys have watched my catch and cooks before, you guys already basically know what to expect with the way I'm gonna season it up and everything, but I'm gonna hit it with some, I've got coconut oil this time. Sometimes I use canola oil, but it doesn't matter too much. Gonna hit that with some coconut oil. Got this seasoning called Tony Thatchery's. It's a Creole seasoning. It's pretty good stuff. I put it on a lot of different meats and just a lot of different things in general. I even put it on eggs sometimes when I cook breakfast. But it's a decent little kind of all-purpose seasoning.
Man, I can't wait till spring.
Oh yeah, dude, I agree. But in the meantime, the ice is fun.
Yeah, it is.
Alright, got the Creole seasoning on that half. Now I'm going to throw some garlic powder on too. Alright, got the garlic powder on there. Now I'm just going to flip all the fillets. And now we repeat that same process with the same two seasonings on the other side. Oh, and I want to hit it with oil again on that side too. Alright, a little more Tony Thatchery's there. You want to get some water ready, bud?
Yeah.
For the ramen?
Yeah.
Cool. Alright, got the Tony Thatchery's on. Throw a little more garlic powder on the other side. Alright, got all the seasoning on there. I'll just fold them into a little packet here. Alright. And they're pretty much ready to get cooking now. Alright guys, we got the old propane stove going. Scoob got the water ready, but we've got it on the top there cooking. Well, boiling I should say. And I've got my fillets in the old tin foil. Gonna throw them on this burner. Just threw them on the burner. I'm gonna set a timer for about 17-18 minutes, and next time I look at the fillets, they should be cooked. Alright guys, food should be good. Just cut the heat. We've got some water boiled. We're gonna make some ramen to put that fish that we just cooked in. So we're gonna have some ramen with trout. Should be pretty good. Gonna get that together and I'll show you guys the results.
Good.
Oh man, it looks nice. Alright guys, got my ramen with my trout meat in there. It looks pretty decent. What do you think yours, Scoob? Scoob scarfed his down. I didn't even get mine prepared yet and Scoob's is gone.
Yeah, I'll do that again.
Hell yeah, man. Scoob says it's good. I'm gonna give mine a go. Well, the meat's good. Go with that for sure.
It's just good.
Oh man, guys, oh,
5:15 right now.
slaps, absolutely slaps, guys. Dang, this is good, guys. I got to, not even trying to pat my own back, but I'm gonna make this again for sure because it is dank. All right, I'm gonna cut my camera and finish eating. I'll see you guys in a little bit. Alright guys, as always, thanks for watching another episode, and thank you so much for sticking around till the end. That was a ton of fun. That was actually my first MTB slam ever, and I decided to switch it up a little bit from what most people do. People tend to do bass fishing ones, so I decided to, like I said, switch it up a little bit and did the ice fishing one instead, and I'm kind of glad I did. It went really well. I actually knocked out all the baits, which I was super happy about. I was a little skeptical about that spoon because it wasn't really ideal for the species I was targeting, but it ended up working out in the end, and I actually got multiple bites on that spoon even. I think I only ended up catching one if I remember right, but I got multiple bites on it, which was pretty cool. I actually got multiple bites on every bait. If I had to say which my favorite baits were, I'd say it was probably a three-way tie between the two soft plastics and the Lucky John Baltic. The soft plastics performed pretty well, and the Lucky John Baltic was just an awesome bait in general. I've caught a few different species on it now since then, and it's just been a lot of fun to use. I really like that bait a lot. I like the look of it. I like the action. It's a bait that, I mean, even if it's not the best bait ever, it really appeals to me personally as a fisherman. So anyway, really like that bait, but pretty much a three-way tie between those ones. And then the Widowmaker Dragonfly, the jigs, those came in a pretty close second. And then obviously the spoon was my least favorite, at least for the species I was targeting. I think if I went after walleye or something, that spoon would do a lot different. And then of course I did that catch and cook too with Scoob there, and that ramen slapped. That was probably the best trout dish I've ever made, in my opinion. I really liked it, so that went pretty well, and yeah, just everything went pretty great. So that's about all I got to say about it, other than like and subscribe if you want, guys, and I'll see you guys on the next one, and I'll see you on the water.